Now, vegans love to have cake, just like the rest of us, and they shouldn't miss out at all. So this is a really, really interesting cake that comes together beautifully. So if you have got one person who is a vegan, you can put the cake down in front of everyone else and they will never know. It's a really easy one.
Good.
You like this one?
Okay, show me.
Okay, so I've got a microplane there and I've got some lemons. So give me a bit of lemon zest in there. And with the other 2 lemons, the deuce of lemons, I want you to cut them in half, juice them in that little contraption there, and then we're going to put the lemon juice into the oat milk. Whisk it around slowly and we're going to curdle the oat milk.
Okay.
So it's like buttermilk. Normally we would make this type of cake with buttermilk and that gives it a lovely sour sort of flavour. I've got my bowl here and some plain flour goes straight into the bowl. You could use self-raising flour, but I'm using baking powder and baking soda as well. So in that goes, and to that we need a good amount of sugar.
Wow.
Look at that. You keep pouring it and pouring it and pouring it, in it goes.
I am quite shocked by the amount, I'm being honest. Could you use alternatives? Like you could use what I used, which is the monk fruit sweetener?
Just because you're vegan doesn't mean you have to miss out on all the good stuff.
Okay.
That luscious flavour.
You could get it from fruit or other sources, is all Preeya's going to say.
Okay, you've juiced
Okay,
that.
I have.
Pop the juice into the oat milk. Now, normally when you want to curdle it, we would stir it around for a couple of minutes and let it sit there. But you're going to do it very, very quickly. Just stir it around like that.
Gosh.
You can see it starting to curdle already. And the split milk will actually incorporate beautifully with the mix. And I've got some vanilla because we want it to taste even better. I love this. The vanilla and lemon work really, really well together. Now, we would normally put butter in a cake like this, but instead of that, we're using some vegetable oil or pure olive oil you could use. I'd probably steer away from extra virgin olive oil because it is quite strong. A vegetable oil or a lighter pure olive oil is just as good.
Okay.
Now, all you need to do is mix this around for a minute or so till it all comes together and all the little lumps are out of it. Now, this will be quite a thick batter, so if you haven't got a whisk or a strong arm to mix it, you could put it in a blender.
You could.
But just mixing it around like this for a minute or so is all you need to do. Okay, that's nice and smooth. Now you can see that. It's looking lovely, and I'll just give that a bit of a tap.
So do you know what I love about this? And the more you delve into this, you realise that there are lots of vegan alternatives, like the buttermilk, using oil instead of butter. Like, there's actually a lot of ways you can do this.
Exactly. You know, there's so many different ways of using, so many different ingredients you can buy on the market, so many vegan stores that you can go in and buy your stuff if you want to be nice to the planet or whatever you do.
Well, I was going to say there's ethical reasons why people do it. There's health reasons. You might be allergic. Whatever your reason, this is a good one.
I've used 2 baking tins that I've lined with Glad Bake on the bottom, around the sides again so it doesn't stick. This will go into an oven at 175 degrees Celsius. It'll take about 25 to 30 minutes. I'll know it's cooked because I'll put a little cake fork in it. When it comes out nice and clean, I know it's done. If you can open the oven doors for me, we'll throw these in.
Can do.
Cakes are baked and they're cooling down. I've taken the cake rings off them. I've got some jam here, some raspberry jam and some brandy. I want you to mix that together. That's what makes everything taste nice. And I have some icing sugar here. And this is oat butter. So if you have a little taste of that, this is a vegan butter. It's got a funny flavour to it, hasn't it?
It's unusual.
It is unusual, but for vegans, this is what they would smear on their toast and put Vegemite on.
It's quite tart. I don't mind it.
It is. It's unusual. Oh, that's why I'm going to sweeten it up, so it will have a lovely taste to it. I also have, this is vegan cream cheese, which is made from cashews. So, want to have a little taste of that one?
Sure.
Go on, have a little taste of that.
I love that Richard's not tasting anything.
I've had a little taste of it already. It's amazing the different products you can get that are vegan products now.
Yes.
Okay, stir it around like this or whisk it until it's all really well combined and nice and smooth, and give it a bit of a tap on the side there.
He won't tap it on the bowl. He just won't do it.
All my friends who are chefs out there, pastry chefs, say, Richo, don't tap it on the bowl. Throw those raspberries in. Now, if you want to, you can actually stew the raspberries in a little bit of sugar to soften them up. But we've got lovely fresh raspberries here. They are perfect. So I'll fold these through nice and gently and give them a little bit of a mush just to get some of that raspberry colour and flavour through the outside there. That's fantastic, isn't it? This is quite soft, and I've done this on purpose because I want to smooth it on all the way around. If you want to firm it up, you can pop it in the fridge for about half an hour or so, and that will firm it up so it's a lot easier to paddle it on. But we're going to do a funky little cake, so we'll move that to the side here. And this is the fun part. I'll just grab these little cakes out of here. You can see nothing sticks to the bakewell.
Look at this.
Onto the board we go. Now, I'm just going to grab this thing here, which we call a cake wheel, and we're going to have a bit of fun putting this one together.
I was wondering what this was.
Exactly. So this is what you actually use. It spins around, so we can put the cake on. And another little pro
Oh, my
tip
goodness, this is too fancy
is
for
we
me.
grab some of this, put that on the bottom there like that, which sticks everything together. And with the cake wheel, it makes it easy to cut it. So I just go around like that. You like that, hold the knife in the same place and push it in a little bit at a time, and then it goes all the way through. You can tell I've made a lot of birthday cakes.
Yes, I also did not anticipate that this was going to be cut in half. I thought we were putting,
The more layers, the better. And I like to start with some raspberry jam and spin it around. If you can spin that around for me.
Yes, I
I'll show you how it
can.
works.
I can be the spinner.
That's it, spin it around. Now, I'll just grab some of this mixture here and pop
Spin
it
it?
on the top. Well, hang on a second.
Okay.
You want to get in there, don't you?
I do now. I like this. Now I know how
Yes.
this is working.
You're loving this. Now, this is an elbow palette knife, and we do it like this. We just move it around to the side there.
Beautiful.
A great way to get those fresh raspberries and the vegan cream cheese mixture to the edges here like that. You can see it's coming together beautifully, isn't
Yes.
it? Nice and simple. Wipe that off on the side here. The next layer we put on top as well. Give it a little bit of a push. On goes the jam.
Yes.
And you can see we just layer it up. Now, by cutting it in half, we get lots and lots of layers in there.
Yes.
And that's it, beautiful.
No, enough,
And
yes.
then we just spin that around the outside till it goes all the way to the edge. This is what making a cake is all about. I love making cakes.
Yeah, I don't, but this is exciting. If I had Richo at home and we were doing this together, it would be great.
We'd
but
make
I
it
don't.
fun.
I'm not a big natural baker.
It's not a difficult recipe, and you don't need to cut the layers in between if you don't want to. It's really, really easy to do. So I'll just pop this on top. This is a little tricky way. Pop it on top there like that. And then with the knife, I
you're
just
gonna
go
cut it
through.
on there, okay.
Yes, do it all together.
It really is a multi-layered cake, Richo.
It certainly is, Preeya. Okay, it's looking great, isn't it?
It is. Wow, what a fancy turntable.
Makes life really easy. You know, you can just put anything on there. It's like a potter's wheel, isn't it?
You could put a record on.
You could
have a
do.
tune.
You could do lots of things. Now we're just going to keep the garnishing really simple. So I'll grab some raspberries and pop them on top there like that, right in the centre. And this is as easy as you need to get with doling things up. And then you grab a few of these mint leaves here. This is what I like to do, and you put them underneath the raspberries so they sort of stick up like that all the way through there. And we just make it nice and pretty, just like you and I.
Oh, Richo.
You like that, don't you?
I love these colours. This is just beautiful. And I agree with you that if you're vegan, you don't have to miss out.
And if you want to, you can get really sort of funky and put the green
wow.
stuff. This is where the spinning wheel comes in nice and handy. Looking great, isn't it?
It is.
And of course, to finish it all off, you've got to have some icing sugar over the top of it.
Wow.
Spin it round with the icing sugar. You would have to say this is a delicious cake and is going to be fantastic. Look at that.
Agreed.